Well, good day. Thanks for tuning in to the channel here. I want to put a quick video up here of my new shop that I built back in 2018. You've seen a lot of the work going on with these projects inside that shop, so I thought I'd throw a quick slideshow up of that process. Here we got the vacant land. I'm just going to get it mowed off here using the Alice 185. Had a 7-foot bush hog and a bat wing that we used to get everything mowed down. So you can see that we got the site cleared off, and then the dozer came in and started doing their work. Got all the gravel down and ready for the building. So morning of day one, they're drilling out the holes for all the posts, as you can see, and getting those cleaned out and ready to go. And the building size I haven't really talked about, but it was 136 feet by 60 deep. And that includes a little side storage building. So this is into day one. All the posts are in the hole, 90% of them are set and plumbed, concreted in, and backfilled. They made some really good headway for just a couple of guys on day one. We got this small building all drilled out. So here's day two. All the side purlins are on, headers are in. The little building, for the most part, is completed with the exception of the bottom side there where the wainscoting is going to be installed. I got one of the rafters on the end set and ready to go. So this is a little bit after lunchtime on that second day. And I was kind of surprised as I rounded the corner and I saw all of the trusses were up. And not only were they up, but as we get closer here, you're going to see that they've got a good chunk of the roof purlings on. So they had a few more guys on hand this day, so here's the end of that day. So I went through with the skid steer and just kind of back graded and leveled everything off. They've got all their temporary bracing in. They left the end wall open, as you can see. That's where they're going to bring the concrete trucks in here in just a few days to get the rest of the or get the concrete put in this building. So here's the next day, lunchtime and what have you. They had most of the roof on. Got some metal up on the sides, little building, roof on, metal on the sides. I left the wainscoting section out so they can work on the concrete. I went through that weekend and put in tile to carry out all my spouts, put a floor drain in that you'll see here shortly. And then we've got everything laid out inside as well for a pump pit and a bathroom and utility room. So here's all the connections for my downspouts. Here's my water line coming in. There's the pump tank. And I just did a real quick walkthrough right here on where I have my pipe and how it was arranged in the ditch. I always think that's important when you have a ditch opened up, if you can take some measurements or get some pictures or something of that, so that if you ever have to come back and work on it, you know a pretty good idea on where it's actually located at. So I'm standing up there walking through the ditch, and we're about, I don't know, maybe about rib cage deep. So I'm 5 foot, about 4 foot deep for our pipe. One reason I want to get it so deep is once we come out the end here where it's not dug out, that ground drops off, so that's going to keep me nice and flush with the wooded section right down there. So there's a picture looking back up. Here's the inside for all of our drain system. couple of sinks. I ran some hot and cold lines over to the wall here. And now I'm getting prepped for the center drain. I did a tray style of drain down the middle of those two bays. I'm getting all the grade set on those. Kind of did some cleanup with the gravel. Here's the small building. Tile drain in the corner. And around front, all that's backfill. That's what I just walked through earlier. So down the front side of the building. There's where we stop for right now, just so we can get in there and get the concrete. And there's the center line of the building, and you can see the drain kind of got laid out there. I'm trying to get everything lined out for my grade on that. There's the hot and cold line. Here's just some pictures of where the trucks have been driving over my ditch and kind of sank it in a bit. So this is pretty much getting ready for concrete. They've got the grade set at this point. You can see all the orange dots. That's the grade marks. And here's the concrete pour. They did 110 yards of concrete in one day and then closed in this back wall. As you can see, went ahead and put the purlins on it and got ready for the wainscot. So turned out really good. There's the center drain. Here's the back wall. They actually went ahead and put the wainscot on that entire back wall after they did the concrete in that one day. I think they had six guys working it. But when you're talking that kind of yardage, that's pretty amazing. So there's the continuation of the drain out to the woods, and then we poured an apron, 5-foot apron around the front, and then a big slab out in front of that small building as well. You'll see that here in just a minute, but I had to get the end squared away there with the pipe. So there's the end wall closed in after the concrete, and then they're prepping for the front pour and the apron. Here's the end wall where the concrete trucks drove in. I was dressing that up, getting everything cleaned up. Just some more pictures of the prep work. I went through and washed that floor off, and then it was sealed. And then they're doing saw cuts right there, and the other concrete had been poured. There's just a pile of junk that was left over, a couple Alice Chalmers 185s. Now inside where the bathroom and everything is, I had to get my walls and everything studded up so the ceiling could go in that. So I didn't hire the Amish to do that. We decided to do that ourselves. So my dad and brother jumped to the occasion, so we got that all laid out and got our joists for the loft put in, the 2x6 wall studded up. And now the wiring's going in. I did hire a local company to just rough it in for me, and I'll finish up the ceiling pieces here shortly. Got my electrical panel, 200 amp panel. That's underneath my staircase. You'll see that here shortly as well. So I have several circuits running right there. I've got ceiling fans in this building, as well as got 4 different zones of lighting. And there's the electric company running the permanent service to the building. There's my stack of ceiling lights that I got. Then the plywood at the top is just closing off where that loft is, because I'll have the rest of that insulated, so I need to close off that section. So here's the ceiling going in, same Amish guys that built the building. I had them put the ceiling in, and then the garage door company put in the doors at the same time. So I've got 3 18-foot by 12 doors with openers on those. There's my 3 zones of lights, and then I've got 2 zones of fans in that ceiling. And the 2 bobcats, there's the light coming out of the doors. Then we're getting close to the end of the project here. This is me on the scissor lift with my little boy, and Girl, you'll see her here in a minute, going through and getting the ceiling fans and everything wired up. And then here is the end of the project with my outside lighting. Alright, well thanks for watching. I'll probably put up one more video of the inside where we had the loft and all that built. Probably do a part 2 of this one just to kind of show the process of that. We got spray foam going in and some other pretty cool things in the walls for the shop area. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe and have a good day.